I was on vacations the last week for 7 days, or 6 days in this case, and I've read a couple of novels. And well, there are my thoughts on it. What I'm still reading. Okay, one of the books I'm still reading is Battlefield Earth by L. Ron Hubbard. This is a very big book, 1,150 pages long. This book is divided in 32 chapters or parts, and my goal is to read one part per day. So I didn't start in the 1st of July, so I may read a couple of more parts to be on the day, and still trying to finish this July. I'm also finishing Felix Blackwell, The Church Beneath the Roots. I'm almost finished, and 60 pages to go. And so far, it's interesting thriller, not horror per se. It's like most, how do you say, in terms of horror, is very, it's not that, it's more impactful on characters. Everything is in the shadows and so on, so it's not that visible. Okay, so far maybe the last 60 pages will tell us a different story, but so far I'm enjoying the book, but I'm not loving it, if you get my drift. In terms of the third novel, the first novel I've completely read was Conan the Destroyer by Robert Jordan. It's a novelization of the movie. If you watch the movie, this is basically the same thing, although Robert Jordan is not as good describing action scenes compared with the movie. So the movie in that regard is top. Robert Jordan also includes several sex scenes, not that they are not explained or something like that, just something happens and cut scene to the next scene. So here he basically slept with both women, if you know what I'm talking about, the movie, the princess. But in the movie that didn't happen, or at least not indeed. It was 260 pages. I read it in one day. Well, to be fair, in one morning. All the Fields in Hell. This is by Adam Neville. I've read two of his novels, which I didn't enjoy that much. One was The Ritual and The Last Days. So this is my third attempt. I also have Apartment 16 and Banquet for the Dead, which are not considered the best of him, so let's see. But to be fair, I didn't enjoy this novel at all. I wanted something like a sci-fi horror stuff, which, I got some of them laying around, and I thought, okay, let's try this one. Basically, the synopsis was, okay, there is an invasion, and now ordinary men must survive, with helping two children. Okay, this story focuses a lot on that, going around from one place to the other. There is not much info on the world, what happened, the aliens, and so on. So basically, it's more like The Road, if you know the by McCartney, but instead of a post-apocalyptic stuff, it's more it's not post-apocalyptic, it's an invasion. There isn't that much to be in the ending. It's nothing to do with it. It's just, I'm saying, the travelings go from place to the other place. Unfortunately, Adam didn't really get to explain more about the world, about the invaders, what happened to the people that disappeared. We are explained briefly why these people didn't disappear, but not the other ones. How could they do that, and so on. Fortunately, that's a shame, because I hope for some Close Encounter or something like that, but basically it was a man trying to find a girl that was, well, captured, whatever, by another guy. So basically it's one guy trying to find another guy and save the little girl. Basically that's it. I didn't enjoy it at all. The pacing was also, quite frankly, it was slow, jumping from one place to another, but yeah, it's not that good. And the last but not least, and probably my favorite of all of them, it was Murder at Spindle Manor by Morgan Stank. This is the first novel on the series, Lamplight mystery series, all set in kind steampunk world, and it was very, very interesting, very, very refreshing. I've got all of these notes because Morgenstern here brings something interesting to the table. Like, it's a mystery, like imagined, I don't know, Agatha Christie stuff, but set in a historical setting, mixed with steampunk, mixed with some horror elements, some fantasy elements, some science magic elements, and a lot of comic reliefs, a lot of comic reliefs. Basically, there is a character that is basically comic relief. The main character was very interesting, Isabel Argual, which is a hunter. Basically, she does stuff on behalf of the nobles, which rules the world, and the humanity are ruled by these majestic beings. I really enjoyed. I read like the first 50 pages and I was a bit overwhelmed because she was introducing all the characters like Agatha Christie does, for example, in Murder of the Orient Express. But then she time to develop each character, each interesting story. Okay, instead of one mystery, you got several others. It was very, very cool. I really enjoyed. There is one chapter which is very interesting, which is the 13th chapter. Only a couple of pages, but I'm going to read just so you know what kind of comic relief you can expect. It is not spoilers at all. Chapter 13. 13 is a widely unlucky number, especially at a time like this, so there is no chapter 13. Thank you very much. So there is a lot of interesting interactions between the characters. Very, very comic. I really enjoyed. I've got the second novel, and I'm going to read next month. I have no doubt, or even this month. I don't know. I've got the third one is going to be released next month. I'm going to buy it, of course. She also has a 5-novel fantasy grimdark stuff, which I also have, and I'm going to read it. I have no doubt because I really like how she wrote, or she or he, you don't know. It's Morgan, so it can be both ways. And yeah, that's it. So basically those are my reads of this period. Let's see how the next few days, weeks comes. In terms of reading, I expect to read at least more 5 novels, 6 probably, and let's see how it goes. I really appreciate it, and please do tell what you think about these novels, if you enjoy it or not. But basically, just to I will rate these 80. No, sorry. I didn't rate this before, but I rate this a 5-star. But in terms of reading 100, in scale of 100, I will rate this without any doubts 94 out of 100, and the remaining 6 is because I hope there are parts I hope for more, and in the beginning I was a bit lost, but yeah. In terms of Conan, All the Fields in Hell, I rated a 45 out of 100, so 3 stars, like. And in terms of Conan Destroyer, it made its purpose. It's not the best book in the story, but it made what it meant to be. It's a fantasy, sword and sorcery adventure, and I rated 88 out of 100. I don't like to rate books, probably, because, for example, these two are very well with the same, almost the same rating, but that doesn't mean that this book is better than this, because I expected this sword and sorcery. So, in terms of sword and sorcery, I expect X elements, and I got this. In this one, it's a mystery, steampunk, so I expect something different. This gave me much more than this one. It's like, probably, imagine that Hobart, in this one, I will give 95. It doesn't mean that this one is worse than this, because I expect this one, 1,000-book novel, something, and the rating is based on that expectations that I have, and the expectations are not the same. I don't expect a novella to be as good as a full-length novel, but the rating could be higher, you know. So I don't like that much the ratings. In my Goodreads I put favorites on the ones I have favorites. I have favorites with 80 something rating, and I have books with 90 which are not favorites. Yeah, so that's it for me. Really appreciate it. Again, please comment if you wish. Thank you so much here. Have a nice day.